What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Friday, June 20th, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of Minnesota here, and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a special guest that's going to be coming on with me today. She is a University of Wisconsin student. She is also an ESPN Madison intern and a freelance photographer, sports photographer as well. And she's in the brand communications in the Wisconsin Athletic University. Her name is Lily Wakefield. We're going to talk to her about her why of getting into sports, talk to her why about photography, and ask some get to know you questions. Always a pleasure to talk to collegiate students and hear their perspective about joining athletics and getting into sports. So without any further ado, I introduce you the wonderful, talented Lily. Good
Hi.
morning, Lily. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to see you this morning. Just want to say thank you for allocating your time and joining me on my podcast. I really do appreciate it. And I want to ask you, how is your week going so far?
Pretty good. A lot of work. I worked today. At the restaurant. I was in Madison this past week, working on stuff at internship, and yeah, and I'm just home for the week. It's nice.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I want to reiterate to you, Lily, why I wanted to have you on here on my podcast. I know you are in brand communications with the University of Wisconsin Athletics Department. As you talked about being in Madison, you're also with ESPN as an intern, and you also do freelance photography, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. And I'm a sports journalist. Been so for the past 7 years, working in different publications, also doing freelance work as well. I love talking to people about their why of getting into sports because I love sports with a passion. Obviously, you love it too, doing what you do. So it's always cool talking to likewise people about their why because we're so used to getting other people's stories that we don't have a chance to sit down and talk ourselves. And with you being a collegiate student, are you heading into your junior year this upcoming year?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. That's always a pleasure of mine for sure. So I love that. Lily, my first question is the same as it always is with everybody that joins this podcast, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations growing up? You know, going to Arrowhead High School, growing up in Heartland, Wisconsin. Did you? What is ultimately your why of being in athletics?
Yeah. I knew I always kind of wanted to work in sports since I was a kid, and definitely wanted to look into Big Ten schools in the future. I really got into photography like my senior year of high school. Um, I took yearbook class. That's the first time I pretty much ever picked up a camera.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, like this is kind of fun. And then just kind of like took off from there. I've also always had like a it's kind of side for creatives in general. Did a lot of like social media work in high school, a graphic design minor at school. So yeah, I guess I always kind of had like a creative kick and just knew I wanted to explore that in the world of sports.
I like that. I appreciate that. Now, was the University of Wisconsin always your number one choice, or were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to University of Wisconsin?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much my number one choice since I started high school. I obviously looked at a lot of other schools, a lot of other places, but got really lucky to get into Madison first round and accepted that night. Um, so yeah.
Okay, what were some of those other schools?
Looked into Minnesota, Oregon, the Arizonas, Indiana, a lot of
Okay.
other like Midwest, and then we're from California, so looked at some schools out west as well.
Say what? Say less. I'm from California too. What part?
My mom's from LA, my dad's from Orange County.
I am from San Diego. So yes,
Okay,
very
yeah.
familiar.
My
Very familiar
parents
with
went
that.
to San Diego State.
Oh, home of the Aztecs.
Yes.
Absolutely. Definitely. No question about that. Yeah, that's where I grew up. I actually grew up across the street from Qualcomm Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's where my house was. I'm a huge Chargers fan, huge Chargers fan. Sad that they moved to LA, but so be it. I still root for them. I still cheer for them. So absolutely, that's what's up. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna ask you some favorite questions, and you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions that you
All
have,
right.
or that I have, I should say. Okay, so here we go. Favorite meal that you like to cook, Lily?
Ooh, well, I'm not very good at cooking, so probably like mac and cheese, for being honest.
Let me guess. You got a meal plan at University of Wisconsin.
No, I actually don't. I did my freshman year, but most people don't after their freshman year. So yeah, it's been interesting.
I'm about to say, how do you eat then? If you don't cook much, you ain't got a meal plan. What you do for eating?
Sandwiches, salads, all the good
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
I think I know where you're going. Yeah, you probably pop off at the store, make it really easy, make sandwiches, buy salads. I totally understand. That's the life of a
Yes.
collegiate student. Top ramen was something that was for me, so I totally
Hmm.
understand. I get it. Very fast, very easy. Okay, what's your favorite meal that you like to eat?
Definitely steak.
Okay. Now we
Hmm.
talking ribeye, sirloin, porterhouse, uh, filet
Kind of,
mignon.
yeah, I like a fillet. Like steak frites is definitely like favorite meal.
Okay. Now, do you
Mhm.
like your steak well done, medium rare?
Yeah, definitely medium rare plus.
Okay.
Mhm.
I used to eat my steak well done. I no longer do that. I'm medium rare. I'm a medium rare guy. I just because
Yeah.
when it's well done, you gotta like oversaturate it with sauce to, make it
Hmm.
taste good. So now I like the medium rare. So that's what's up.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the flavor. Hmm.
Absolutely. We're in agreement there. That's for sure. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Ooh. I went to Zach Brown Band like last summer and then the summer before that, and they're really good both times. I'm not even like that big of a country fan, but yeah, it was good music.
I'm with you on that. I'm very selective on the country stuff, but Zach Brown Band is one of my bands that I do love. I mean, who
Yeah.
don't like the chicken fried? Who don't like that? Who don't like that song? So of course, that's pretty good. I think one of my favorite concerts though was Kendrick Lamar, no question.
Nice. That's gotta be
Huge,
good.
huge Kendrick fan, no doubt about it. When I had a chance to
Yeah.
see him this past Super Bowl, because I was in New Orleans for the Super Bowl
Oh,
covering
that's
that,
awesome.
that was amazing, no question.
Yeah. That was a
No,
great performance, even just seeing it on TV. That was super
yeah,
cool.
yes, indeed. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Probably Maui. Why?
That is beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no question. Yeah, we did a family trip out there, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you traveled outside of the states?
Yes.
What would you say is your favorite place outside of the states?
Probably Milan, Italy. We went there for spring break my senior year, and it was just beautiful.
Okay, was that a family trip or you go with some friends?
Yeah, family trip.
I'm about to say, man, that is what's up. I love that. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
could not do that on my own.
I feel that. Okay. Or maybe not with some friends, but maybe with like a family friends or something like that. Is what I kind of
Yeah.
yeah, something
Hmm.
like that. Okay. I would say Jamaica was mine. Going to
Oh,
Jamaica was
nice.
pretty cool. So yeah, had the opportunity to go on a cruise, went to Jamaica, had a good time. That was one of our stops. But my favorite place in the States is definitely Vegas. So
Vegas is fun. Yeah.
yeah,
Had a lot of
yeah.
dance competitions there growing up. So
Okay. So did you play a lot of sports growing up?
never played like an actual sport, I guess, with balls, but yeah, I was a dancer, cheerleader, and gymnast, and then kind of stuck with dance from about fifth grade on.
Okay. Well, listen, that means to me you are athletic. That's all. That's what that means.
Yes.
So I love that. And
Yes.
the debate, cheerleading is a sport. I just want to say to people out there, cheerleading is definitely a
I
sport.
agree. Yeah. It's definitely a contact sport.
And no question on that. I love that. Okay. I'm a sport person, so I'm going to ask this sport question. It's a two-parter. Favorite sport that you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport that you like to attend in person? They could be the same sport.
I would say in person, definitely hockey, huge hockey fan. I mean, the games at LeBron and the Kohl Center are just awesome to see and be a
Mm,
part of. And on TV, probably basketball
okay,
or
okay. Now
football. I feel like
I'm
my main issue about football, like if you're coming as like a fan, if you're not like front row, it's kind of like hard to keep track of the ball. So it's nice to watch that on TV, be able to really follow the pass and everything.
I totally agree with you on football. Football stadiums are just too big. If you're not on the
Yeah,
field close, those people look so miniature, and you just missing a lot. And it's like, oh, okay.
yeah,
So yes, on TV, much better. I'm a huge
definitely.
basketball fan, so definitely basketball. I love
Hmm.
basketball to the core, so I definitely love to attend that in person. Much smaller arenas, and
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for sure. Okay, that's nice. It's not bad. Last of the favorites. Favorite restaurant that you like to eat at?
Ooh,
Obviously, I'm in Minnesota right now. You're in Wisconsin, so you're pretty much right next door. So,
yes.
I've never been to the state of Wisconsin before. Whenever I do touch down there, I would love to know, where should I eat at?
Ooh, I would say my favorite restaurant probably isn't even in Wisconsin. I'll have to do some thinking.
Mm,
Honestly, though, the restaurant that I work at, I love Wisconsin. It's in Heartland, Wisconsin. It's like great, just kind of family bar scene. Got a lot of wraps, burgers, pizzas. I'm not even saying that because I work there. Like I had been going there for a while before I started working there, and yeah, the food's great. There's a lot of great places in like the downtown Heartland area. But my favorite, like
okay,
all-time
okay. Now,
restaurant would probably be Duke's in Huntington Beach.
yeah, I know about that. I know about Dukes. Yeah, that's right. I would say
Duke's
that's
is
probably
great. Yeah.
my second or third, because my favorite restaurant in that area or close to it is Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. So
Okay.
I'm a huge Roscoe's Chicken
I've
and
never
Waffles
been
person.
there.
Definitely put it on the bucket list if you
I'll have to
guys
try
ever go
it.
back to get the Los
Yeah.
Angeles or California area for sure. It's very good. What's your restaurant called that you work at?
Beer snobs.
Beer
Yeah, it's called
Snobs.
Beer snobs.
Beer Snobs. Okay,
Hmm.
got you. Okay, I have to definitely pull up when I come to Wisconsin. Beer Snobs. That's what's up, and check that out. Um, Tell me about your day-to-day operations. I mean, obviously you have classes. If you're a full-time student, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to take about 4 or more classes. Also, you do brand communications. What exactly is your day-to-day operations as a brand communication person for the University of Wisconsin's athletic department? What do you do? How long do you work? We know that athletics is long days, depending on the day and the sport. And if you do multiple sports, it's probably a lot of long days. So talk to me about what you do.
Yeah, so with brand communications, we're each assigned like our own individual sport, and then we
Okay.
also like help out at all the other games, like doing like Instagram stories or getting stuff for the press conference, like getting quotes, or helping with plus minus during hockey. So it's kind of a number of things. And then yeah, like you do like the social media and the writings and that side for your individual sport. So I feel like daily life for me is get up early and go to class. And then head over to our office at Camp Randall. And we have to work like 10 office hours a week. So squeezing those in between classes, it's really not that bad. We got five
Yeah.
days to do it. So some
Right.
people do like 5 and 5. I'm more of like a 2, 3, like kind of spread it out. Yeah, go to work. So I could be tagging photos or working on a preview story. I work hands-on men's rowing this year. So doing a lot of that. I could go to practices, get social coverage, or yeah, just working on previews or working on stories for the website before a race, or yeah, just the tagging photos is also a big thing this year. I feel like a lot
Okay.
of us do a lot of personal photography, so that's been really cool incorporating that. And yeah, after work, probably going to more classes, getting lunch or dinner at some point, and then going to dance practice after.
Oh, so you're on the Wisconsin dance team.
No, I'm on a club team at school. It's called Optima.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So, Okay, so do you work while the semester is going on, like at your jobs, or do you just do that as a seasonal thing when the semester's over?
Yeah, so brand comms we started in August and it goes through May pretty much. I mean, if your track and field is your sport, it's still going on right now.
Right.
Um, so yeah, we work with like the sports information directors, as student assistants, and
Yep.
just helping
Yep.
them out. Yeah.
But what about your job at Beer Snobs?
Oh yeah. I don't work there till summer starts. So I came home in May and started, and I'll work there up until about August before I go back to school.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, but you staying busy, and you staying
Yeah,
busy, obviously. And now, what's your?
definitely.
You said everybody's assigned a sport. What's your sport?
Yeah, men's rowing was my sport this past year.
Okay, men's rowing. I like
So that
that.
was really fun being out on the water. Gets a little cold sometimes, but yeah, some cool opportunities to go out there to practices and take pictures and stuff.
Okay, I like that. Now, tell me, how did you get the internship with ESPN Madison? I mean, that's amazing that you got that internship. Congratulations. But how did that
Thank
come
you.
about?
Yeah, I kind of started applying to jobs in about January, February, and I had seen that. I had known some people that had done it and that had really liked it. So I put in an application and cover letter and everything, and ended up getting an interview in like April, late April. And yeah, just it worked out. Guess the interview went well. Yeah, I started probably like mid-May.
Okay. And what do you do for them, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a overarching summer internship. So we are just kind of like shadowing and working hands-on with production, sales, marketing, social coverage. I mean, it's a radio station. So it's a smaller office, which is nice. Really get to know everyone.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's I mean, every day there's four of us interns, so we have like tasks that we're assigned, and we can like shadow like the radio show, like this past 2 weekends ago, I went to the American Family Golf Championship and helped with like some man on the street interviews. So yeah, it's really nice how hands-on it is.
I like that. I like that, Lily. That's what's up. It's a great segue though, because this next question has to do with mental health
Yeah.
and school life balance, right? Mental health,
Mhm.
especially in this industry, people are talking about it more and more. I've seen colleagues leave this industry because their mental health's affected with journalism. You hear words like underpaid, burnout, overworked. And a lot of times those are very true with a lot of these stations and publications that you work in and sometimes networks. Talk to me about how you keep your mental health strong but also still have that school life balance because like you said, you work 10 hours a week, you got classes, four or more, you're doing a lot. And you seem like a person that is very easy to talk to and will be lovely to be around and hang out with as well. So tell me, how do you keep that school life balance but also maintain good mental health?
Yeah, I mean, I took 17 credits this past semester, so it's definitely a big semester on top of work and dance and clubs and everything. But I feel
Right.
like dance is really like my like safe space. Like, gonna be there for like a couple hours a week with my friends and doing what I have always loved. So it's been nice.
I like that. So dance is something that obviously you do to kind of get away from it a little bit. Has there ever been a time that you felt that maybe sometimes you get overwhelmed with things? We all have those days, for
Oh,
sure.
definitely, yeah.
How do you deal with that as a being a collegiate student? Now you're going to be an upperclassman pretty much because you're a junior. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like when you're in kind of like peak exam and it's almost a show day and you got a game this weekend, there's a lot going on. I
Hmm.
feel like for me, just kind of taking time for myself, whether that's like treating myself to like a nice lunch or just kind of taking, I like taking naps personally when I can fix them in, I definitely do. So yeah, definitely taking time
Right.
for myself. I feel like, I mean, I call my family and friends a lot too. Obviously they're not at school with me, but yeah, it's kind of like reached out to my family, definitely.
Oh, I like that. I do. I definitely I'm a huge family person. I don't have any family here in Minnesota with me, but I do call moms, I do call dad. quite a bit. My mom's in Georgia, my dad's in upstate New York. So I'm a huge family person. I like to
Nice.
write poetry as well. And then when it's days like this, it is very nice out. It's about 95 over here today. But typically when it's like in
Wow.
the high 70s, 80s, I can do that. But yeah, I don't like walking outside when it's like 95, 100 degrees. I'm good with that. So I like to
Yeah.
take walks on trails and different things of that nature too. So I like that. But again,
Yeah,
another great
definitely.
segue to this next question, and that is advice. Now with you being obviously a junior and a couple of years from graduation or sooner, what is some advice that you would give someone that's just coming in to the University of Wisconsin that wants to do the same things that you do? That wants to inquire about the athletic communications, that wants to inquire about how to
Yeah.
get internships.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely started from the ground up. I remember my like freshman year, I went to a club meeting and someone had spoken about internship for the Madison Capitals. And I was just like, oh, like that sounds super cool. So I ended up reaching out to her after the meeting and I was like, do you think it'd be possible for me to do that now? And she was like, I mean, here's who to reach out to. And I did and got an interview and ended up working out and I worked there for pretty much my entire freshman year as a marketing intern. And I feel like just kind of like not being afraid to reach out to people is definitely like the biggest advice I could give. Just kind of putting yourself out there. It goes a long way. I think that's everything that I've been able to do while I was at school is just kind of me being almost a little pushy, like, hey, like, do you have room? Is this available? I'd love to learn more about this. Just yeah, not being afraid to ask questions is definitely a big thing.
Yeah, I tell collegiate students that all the time. I substitute teach as well on the side. I tell high school students, don't be afraid to ask questions. Never be afraid. No question is a dumb question. And you just
Yeah.
need to be able to reach out to people because people do want to help. But if you never say
Yeah.
anything, no questions have never been answered when they haven't been asked, and that's for sure. So I definitely love that advice that you would give to somebody who's younger, coming into the University of Wisconsin. What
Yeah.
particularly, and this is the bonus question, Lily. What particularly do you want to do? Because you are somebody who does writing, photography. Do you want to be in front of the camera? Do you want to do all three of those? What is your like dream role for being in this sports industry?
Yeah, definitely prefer the behind the camera role, but yeah, definitely I think continuing with social coverage, it's definitely my favorite part of any job that I've been able to do. So continuing
Mhm.
with that in like a professional standpoint.
I like that being social media. I do. I do. I like that a lot. That was a bonus question for me because you're doing all the platforms pretty much and doing everything. So I just didn't know which avenue you wanted to go
Mhm.
into for sure. We've reached the portion now of the podcast where we're going to play my interactive game called This or That. Now, this is the game that I normally play with every guest that I have here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And basically, Lily, what it is I throw some things at you and you get to choose this or that. So,
All right.
are you ready?
Sure.
Here we go. Out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather eat at? KFC or Popeyes?
Probably KFC.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you on that. I like that. When it comes to chicken wings, which flavor would you rather put on it? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Barbecue.
Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Probably probably wet. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. Okay. Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Boneless.
Oh, okay, okay. So you like that? Do you like to eat them with a fork or get messy?
I mean, it doesn't have to get messy, but yeah, probably not without a fork.
I'm sure if you're eating it with a fork, you're not gonna get messy at all. I'm pretty sure of that for sure. I like boneless wings too. but it's always interesting to hear what people say when I ask that question because people consider boneless wings chicken nuggets,
I guess they kind of are.
but I still would eat them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They still taste very good. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Mm.
These next five questions have to do with music concerts that you rather attend.
Mm.
Okay, so here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? I said his name earlier, Kendrick Lamar or Drake.
Definitely Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Which music concert would you rather go to? Would you rather see SZA or would you rather see her?
Well, that's a tough one, but probably SZA based off this last album.
I figured they're only going to get tougher, Lily. Only going to get tougher. Which music concert would you rather go see? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Oh, that's another tough one. Uh, Probably Beyonce.
Okay, you made a face right there. I know it was really tough, but here we go.
That
We
is
got
tough.
two more of these. We got two more of these. Here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Zach Brown Band or Taylor Swift?
Oh, Taylor Swift 100%.
Wow.
If I could have gotten tickets to the Eras tour, I totally would have,
So you
but
are
I
a
did not get
Swiftie.
lucky. You could say so.
Mm, okay, okay. Now I'm a huge Fortnite fan. That's my song. I love Fortnite. But that's because I love Post Malone as well. He's one of my favorites
Mhm.
for sure. Okay, okay. Last one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Chris Brown or Usher?
Oh, Chris Brown is kind of problematic. Does have good music, but it's probably Usher. I feel like I wouldn't want to pay money to support Chris Brown.
You know, he's going through it right now, right? So yeah, it's yeah, I totally get that. His music is really good. I can't stop listening to the song Residuals though. I can't stop.
Mm.
It's on repeat and no question. He's really talented musically. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Baseball or basketball?
Probably baseball. 'Cause it's even harder to see the ball at a baseball game. I was just at a Brewers game on Sunday, and we weren't that close, and I was still like looking around.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, pretty difficult at a Brewers game.
Yeah,
That's one of the ballparks I have not been to. I'm trying to go to all 30 ballparks. I've been to 14 of them, but I have not been to that one. So I'm definitely trying to go to that one and cross that off the
it's
list.
a good stadium. A lot of good food.
Yeah, they're one of the best when
Hmm.
it comes to stadium food, no question. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Ooh, probably bowling. I like bowling. I think it's fun.
Are you good?
No.
Do you need the bumpers?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
It's been a
hell no.
while,
Oh
but
my gosh. Oh, Lily, come on. Well, at least you're being honest. I guess I
yeah.
can't fault you for your honesty. Well, that's okay. You just have to be on the kitty lane with the that's about it. That's okay. Um, these next two questions. First one is gonna be, do you like desserts?
Yes, always.
Okay. So I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. So here we
Okay.
go. First one is gonna be cookies. The next one is gonna be candy. The next one is going to be cake slash pies. So they're grouped together. And the last one is going to be ice cream. Which one are you getting rid of?
Probably candy.
You would probably be right because I would get rid of candy myself too, to be honest with you. That's tough, but I would get rid of candy. What's your favorite ice cream?
Cookie dough. I like the Ben and Jerry's cookie dough. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my second favorite for sure. Second favorite is chocolate chip cookie dough. My first is cookies and cream. I'm a
Yeah,
huge
my dad
cookies and
likes
cream.
cookies and cream. It's a good one.
Yes. Well, shout out to Lily's dad because Lily's dad sounds amazing already. I love that. For sure. Do you like potato chips?
Mm,
You do?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. And so this is the same format. I'm gonna throw four brands out there. You got to choose one of these that you will not eat again. Here we go. First brand is Pringles. The second brand is Doritos. The third brand is Ruffles. The last brand is Lay's. Which one are you getting rid
mm.
of?
Probably Pringles. I've never been like a huge fan of them. If that was like the only snack left in the room, I would eat it, but definitely wouldn't be my go-to.
I feel that. Now, what's your favorite potato chip?
I like the Ruffles. They're like orange. What flavor is that?
Sour cream and cheddar?
Yeah, sour cream and cheddar. Mhm.
You said they're orange. I love that.
I like just had them a few days ago. Now I'm blanking.
Sometimes when you put on the spot, it's like boom, it's like your mind gets erased almost. But at least you
Yeah,
said the greatest chip ever made because that's my favorite chip, sour cream and cheddar. I definitely love those. Anytime I get potato chips, I get those. They people say you can't use them for dip purposes. Yes, you can.
you definitely can. Yeah,
Buffalo chicken dip is amazing with those chips. No question about it. So, okay. All right. Lily, girl, we are in sync. I love that. And I love that. That's amazing. You have great food taste and music taste too. Um, this next question has to do with a top four. Give me a top four of events that you would like to do in your sports career. Like, what is a top four of events that you would like to do
yeah.
that's like a bucket list for you?
Definitely Olympics to start. Always want to go
Yep.
to the Olympics. It's nice that it's going to LA in what, 4 years, 3 years. Um, so yeah, definitely Olympics. Probably the Super Bowl after that. Um, maybe like a college football like final playoff game, and then probably the Stanley Cup.
Those are a lot of dope, you know what, events. No question about it. Super Bowl you would absolutely love. No question about that. I would say Olympics too. Definitely since it's gonna be in my hometown state of California. That should be amazing. Uh I would say World Series for me, and definitely a national championship game, or a playoff game. I would like to do one of those. I think that would be amazing, to be honest with you. Whether it's college football or basketball, because I'm a huge NCAA tournament bracket, March Madness. I do like March Madness quite a bit. So yeah, no question about that. What if there was a sport out there that you really wanted to cover? I know you had a chance to do men's rowing. Next year, if you had a choice to pick a sport, what would be your sport to cover out of the Wisconsin athletic sports? Whether it can be men or women.
Probably women's hockey.
Women's hockey. Okay. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. I've had a chance to cover some professional women's hockey up here in Minnesota. Very talented women out there on the ice for sure. Have you ever played?
No.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how your hockey games are, but when I was in college, there was a time where I was covering men's hockey, and the men's hockey games were super late. They were like 10:30 at night.
Well, that's
Um,
really late. Yeah, ours are like
yeah.
7 o'clock, six,
Okay,
seven
so
o'clock
yeah.
probably.
Yeah, they were super late at night. I was gonna ask you, do you guys have games that late? But you say 7 o'clock. So I said, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. What is a top four of things that I should do when I touch down in your town of Wisconsin? I'm always
Yeah.
looking to travel and do different things. What is the top four things I should do?
A lot of people really like the state fair if you're here this summer. I've only been a couple times, but I mean that's like talk of the town. Everyone loves it.
Hmm.
Definitely going to a Badger game of any sort, whether it's football, basketball, hockey. Crowd is just great. I mean, I've been going to Badger games since I was a kid, so it's been cool seeing the progression. Um, in Madison in general, we have a great farmers market. And definitely going to a Packers game too.
Oh yeah, the Green Bay Pack. Now, how far are you from Green Bay?
I want to say like 2 to 3 hours, probably.
No, it's not too bad. It's kind of the same distance. I'm from Minneapolis out here to go see the Vikings. Are you a
Yeah.
Packers fan?
Yeah.
You okay? All right. That didn't sound 100% convincing, Lily. I just want to let you know that that didn't sound all that
I
convincing.
feel like we've moved around a lot, so I feel like I don't have any loyalty to like any sort of team. But I mean, if the Packers
Okay.
are playing, I'm definitely rooting for them. Unless they're playing the Seahawks, then it's a little bit.
Okay, I got you. Now let me ask you this. Have you, since you've been there for the 2 years at University of Wisconsin, there's a typical game at the end of the year where they play the University of Minnesota in a I think Paul Bunyan game or a Paul Runyon
Mhm.
game. Have you been to that?
Yeah, so I have worked that game this past November. It was really cold. That is definitely what I remember the most about it. But yeah, we ended up losing, but it was a fun game. It was just really cold, but we all had pumpkin pie after. So
Oh, okay. Fun fact, I've never had pumpkin pie. How was that?
yeah, it was my first time having it. So
Okay.
it's pretty
Okay,
good.
got it. Is there any particular game that you're looking forward to going to this year?
Um, Honestly, I'm thinking about maybe trying to make it out for the Alabama game. If I can plan that out with my schedule right. Because they played us this past September and it
Yeah,
was super cool, great environment. It wasn't a great game for us, but everyone was
right.
just really nice. Like their fans definitely traveled and it was like very, very hot out. So
I
yeah,
can
I'm hoping to
imagine.
make it out for that.
Okay, I like that. I like that. What advice has someone gave you? We talked about advice you would give, but what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
I honestly, I mean, kind of what I already said, but just being persistent, kind of not giving up. I think not giving up is definitely a big thing. Um, I had a lot of great like teachers in high school and coaches that definitely instilled that in me.
I like that. I like asking, especially collegiate students, this question. A top three of sports industry figures that you would like to run into and pick their brain.
Oh, that is a really hard question.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know if I have like an answer for that.
Is there anybody that comes to mind that you like, man, I would love to talk to him or her, see and just kind of pick their brain, maybe sideline reporter or maybe somebody in production behind the scenes. Um,
Yeah, I mean, maybe like no one like specific, but probably just like a GM of like any team,
okay,
and kind of seeing like how like, 'cause I mean that's a big job, and just kind of seeing like how it all works out. I love behind the scenes stuff. I think when I watching like any like kind of teams like social media content, I like when they like get like the staff involved, like beyond the players. Um, yeah, just kind of seeing like how the whole operation is ran.
okay. So GM. So you really like being behind the scenes. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard of you ever heard of Ming Entertainment? Ming MING?
No.
So Ming Entertainment is basically it's a website, it's a company that does ABC, ESPN,
Okay.
and they do all different kinds of sports and games, but they do production style.
Mhm.
And they pay you each time that you
Oh,
go to a game to do production with them, whether it's behind the scenes and stuff like that, or whether you're following the sideline reporter. I've done a few events. They do have some events in Wisconsin, but I can certainly send you
cool.
the link. And what they do is they'll just put events up in it, and they'll put events up in each state. And if those events appeal to you, you sign up for it. Is that something that may interest you?
Yeah, sorry, you just cut off a little, but
Uh-oh. Okay. Do you hear me now?
yeah, no, you're good. I think I'm using a hotspot on my phone, just trying to reconnect it. I think it's good now.
Okay, okay. So you heard me about the Ming Entertainment?
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
Okay, I can definitely send you the link if you want me to.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I like that. I like that. We're gonna do some rapid fire. Because I'm gonna get you out of here on that. We're gonna do some rapid fire. So the first thing that comes to your mind, you just go ahead and shout it out with glee. Okay, so here we go. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles,
Okay. Chicken or ribs?
chicken,
Okay. Juice or soda?
soda.
Okay. If you had a choice to bring three people with you on a trip, where would you go and who would those three people be that you would bring?
Oh gosh. Um,
Now you can choose
Probably my
friends,
boyfriend,
family,
my
or celebrity.
okay, probably my boyfriend, my best friend, and I guess not a person, but my dog. And probably go back to Hawaii.
Okay, I like that. If you had a choice to listen to three songs or three albums on non-stop repeat and never get tired of them, what three songs or three albums would you choose?
Probably the one by Taylor Swift. Um, Wish I Didn't Miss You by Angie Stone.
Wow.
And
Okay.
um maybe like Breaking Dishes by Rihanna.
Okay. Look at you. Got a nice little soulful heart. I like that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Dominoes or spades?
Dominoes.
Okay. Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn Steakhouse?
Texas. I've never been to Longhorn Steakhouse, so probably Texas Roadhouse.
Oh my gosh. You put that on the bucket list, Lily. For real. Put that
All
on the
right.
bucket list. They got some good steak there, and I know you're a steak person. Okay, I like that. If you had to choose between the cities in Wisconsin, Green Bay or Milwaukee,
Milwaukee.
okay. If you had to choose between, they told you only can do one of these jobs for the rest of your career, collegiate career and professional career, would you do writing, production behind the camera, or be some type of social media person?
Probably socials.
Social. Okay. Okay. Last of the rapid fire. What is your favorite color?
Red.
Of course, being a homegrown Badger, you're gonna pick red. I understand. I totally get it. Totally get it. Okay. Well, this has been a pretty dope conversation of just getting to know you and know what you do. Knowing that you do men's rowing, knowing that you go to the University of Wisconsin, about to be a junior student, and you work really hard, being an ESPN intern and working and dancing and doing a whole lot. I don't know how many credits you got this upcoming fall. Is it another 17?
Yes.
Wow, so that's five classes plus. That's a lot, but at the same time, you love what you're doing. You don't, and you need to continue doing that and keep doing it with a smile. It's always amazing to see college students do such great work and work hard because the hard work does pay off. My last question to you, Lily, is the same as it is all the time. Is there anything else you would like to add about what you do, you, or anything at all before we conclude?
I don't think so. No, I feel like we covered it all.
Yeah, we definitely covered a lot. No question. I'm a new fan of yours. I would definitely keep up with you. And like I said, you and I would definitely stay in touch. And best success to you, to your dance team, your job, the internship,
Thank you.
and this upcoming junior year that you're starting.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you too. Bye.